held at Los Angeles, California, June 17, 1962, as he addressed a gathering on the problems of civil rights and equality. And here is the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. at Zion Hill as he talks of the dilemma and
Let's hear this speech, ladies and gentlemen. It's valuable for us to hear the wisdom, the dilemma and the challenge. Listen, great.
The Negro today. You will remember that it was in the year of 1619 when the first Negro slaves landed on the shores of this nation. They were brought here from the soils of Africa, and the Negro lived amid this system of slavery for 244 years. For all of these years, he was a thing to be used, not a person to be respected. And even after slavery ended, the Negro discovered that he was confronting a new type of slavery, because racial segregation is nothing but slavery covered up with certain niceties of complexity. And so the Negro lived with physical slavery 244 years.
Physical slavery.
He has been a victim of racial segregation for almost 100 years.
Racial segregation.
Now the Negro's dilemma is this, and it's a serious dilemma. In spite of the fact that
set you free but chase you.
We have been victims of slavery for 244 years, in spite of the fact that we have lived with segregated conditions for 100 years, the demands of history
y'all,
require that we be as productive, as resourceful, and as responsible as the people who never had these disadvantages. Here we are, as a people, having experienced political domination, economic exploitation, segregation, and humiliation. Well, now 344 years, and yet the demands of history make it necessary for us to be as productive and as responsible as the people who never had these experiences. This is our dilemma.
400 years of crying out for justice.
He who gets behind in a race must forever remain behind. Or run faster than the man in front. This is our dilemma. But this dilemma is at one and the same time a great challenge.
Because we got boots now. Let's pull up our bootstraps. Let's unify. Let's come
We
together.
are challenged
let's do what we have to do, and let's be
to mobilize our resources.
Let's learn how to synergize and flow.
To mobilize
our energies and resources.
All of the constructive forces that we can muster. To make a creative contribution in the life of our nation.
Creative contribution.
And I would like to suggest this afternoon some of the things that we must do to grapple with this dilemma and meet the challenge of the hour. I would like to say first that we must develop and maintain a sense of dignity and self-respect. We must
dignity and self-respect, pulling up your pants, covering up your skin, making it shine on a whole nother level, y'all. A whole nother level. Let's take it in. Let it shine, y'all.
We must believe in our souls that we are somebody.
Believe in our souls, y'all.
That we are significant.
That we are significant.
That we are worthful.
That we are worthful.
We must walk the streets of life every day with this sense of dignity.
Come on, y'all.
Sense of somebody.
Sense of dignity, sense of somebody. I hope you got this. I hope this is clear. That's what we need to put forth. That's what we need to stand on. Come on, Martin. We got some work to do, y'all. what we have to do and the work that we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, you may be asking some good questions, and we all ask some questions, and it's necessary for us to ask some questions. Do we mobilize? Do we separate? Do we stay? How do we incorporate? What is the wisdom of the day? The wisdom of the day is it has to be love, ladies and gentlemen. No matter how the grievance that happened to your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, black, white, Asian, Chinese, there were some Idi Amins, there were some Hitlers, there were some ruthless people, Genghis Khans, there were some Lenins, there were some ruthless people from all over in every nation, every time, and every world. But the thing is, you only get a minute. It's just 60 seconds in it. It's forced upon you. You can't refuse it. You didn't seek it. You didn't choose it. But it's up to you to use it. You will suffer if you lose it. I wrote the book along with my son, what every young man needs to know when they stop by the police. What every young man needs to be confident about when they stop by the police. Because the police, you know, are there for a reason in the community, kind of like they were many, many years ago, and they have weapons that they can use. So you got to be wise. Your First Amendment is that you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain silent. With that, you understand that you have a right to an attorney. So if you can get your attorney on the line, you're ahead of the game, no matter what the situation, no matter what the confrontation, or whom, or what, when, or where you're dealing with, the baby situation, a mama situation, a husband, a brother, a relative situation. Get your attorney on the line, step aside, get you some counseling, cool yourself down, and handle your business so you don't end up in handcuffs and you end up in that slave. Because the 13th Amendment says that you cannot be used as a slave in this country except, that word is in the Constitution, except when you've been duly convicted of a crime. So that's why you're going to find, you know, them treating you differently in the media. That's why you're going to find them treating you differently in the criminal justice system. Because if you be duly convicted of a crime, you can be used as a slave. So ladies and gentlemen, get this book, Dear O.J. We go through the criminal justice system, and we use this case as a case like everybody else uses and talk about it. But we got some different conclusions, ladies and gentlemen. Get the book on Amazon. We'll talk about it some more. We're going to critique some more of Dr. King's speeches, powerfully coming out. We got to say, stop the hating, bring back the love by popular demand.